Hooptie Joyride with Brian and Steve. All right.
Hey, welcome back to the Hooptie Joyride. Another fun midsummer episode, or maybe somewhat late summer, depending when you view this. Could be winter. Who knows? It's that time of year. So whenever it is that you're looking at it. But we're in August. So we're enjoying some warm weather, a little bit of rain. Thank you, Hurricane Debbie, for watering all the plants, saving me from having to do that this week. Collector, how are you?
Everything's going well up here. Yeah, survived Debbie so far. So
Excellent.
Yeah. Got some green grass for a change.
And all the rides are inside, so no hail damage. That's always a good thing.
Yep, all mine are inside.
Fantastic. Well, as a little precursor to this episode, obviously we go through, as a reminder for everybody, we've got a fictional $5,000 budget to buy, make operable, get it on the road, whatever it is, whatever it takes to be able to go out and do a joyride in your hoopty. That's our budget. And you, sir, have decided you were going to max out your budget with almost every one of your picks this week. I saw that. Don't think you're getting through. There's no special dispensation. You if you're at your budget, that thing better come with a full tank of gas because you got nothing left.
I did. I went pretty high on the budget, but I believe my last car I gave you a big temptation that you're still talking about.
Yeah, you did. You did. We'll save that till we get there, but you certainly did.
All right.
That's typically how you share that with me as well. You're like, here's another temptation for you, and I've been pretty good at holding off, but starting this one, I'm considering about taking a bite. If my wife is watching, it's not going to actually happen, so we'll just say it up front. But I'm thinking about it.
I think you're getting weak, you're getting worn down.
That's it. Well, you send enough of them my way, I'm gonna jump on one of them.
There you go.
Although the last one you sent ended up in your driveway for about a year, and that didn't make your wife very happy. So I'll try and keep one of our wives happy in this week.
I'm glad it's your wife then.
All right. Why don't we jump into the rides? I think you're up first, right? So let's get ourselves going here and take it away.
All right. So I'm going to start with a 1949 Frazer Manhattan, Harrison, Arkansas, $3,900. So I do still have $1,100 left in this budget for this one. But anyway, this car will run and drive. The listing says the tires are not any good, but they will hold air to get you home.
There goes your
$1,100 car. What's that?
There goes your $1,100.
Yes, I'm kind of beat. It's got a 3 on the tree. I thought it was interesting being a 4-door. 4-door cars, a lot of them don't get as much love as a 2-door convertible, etc. But without seeing it up close, I thought this looked pretty solid. Maybe it needs some chrome work. Looks like it's missing the rings around the trim rings around the headlights. But maybe you can get them throwing the tub in the background or something else to go with it. But it needs chrome obviously. But the paint did not look bad. So I put it out there. It runs and drives. $3,900. What are you thinking?
I agree with you. It looks pretty good. The interior looks in pretty good shape. Headliner, I don't think we have a shot of it here, but the headliner looked to be actually up the way that it should be and in good shape as well. So I think it's a cool looking ride. I like the curve, rounded kind of shapes of the 40s era rides. It had a flathead motor, if I believe.
They said an inline flathead 6.
Okay. Yeah.
So 6-cylinder.
Yeah. I think it's cool. I mean, it's a good pick. You're kind of high on the budget, but I'd even I'd even venture that this is, borderline not a hoopty and just more of a collector's classic.
Yeah. I
Except
just
for
envision you rolling down the interstate with some fuzzy dice hanging there and some curb dealers, and you're good to go.
and some Maypops.
Yeah, well, they come with it. The Maypops.
It's pretty cool. Pretty cool.
All right.
Nice.
What are you
What would
rolling?
you do with this?
I think, first you're going to address those tires, see what you can do to clean up the interior. Other than that, it'd be slow, whether or not you find the trim rings for the front headlights, maybe clean up that chrome. It's hard to tell. The exterior paint didn't look too bad. I don't see any big rod in it. So, hey, it's something cool to show up with and just roll.
Yeah. I don't think you'd be into it for too much money, it sounds like. And you got a pretty cool little ride. I like it.
Yep.
All right, cool.
So what are you rolling in this week?
Switching over to me, this is the course thing, so hence the long title. It is a 1966 Plymouth Fury 3 Brown. I'm not sure what the 3 and the brown have to do with anything whatsoever, but that's what it is. It is $2,000 coming from Roseburg, Oregon. Should have minimal kind of body rust and things of that nature from the Pacific Northwest. This follows a bit of a theme with another ride I've got coming up in that it needs to be gone yesterday. This one is sitting at ex-wife's grandparents' house, so apparently some family drama that needs to be addressed. It says it will run, doesn't currently. It is or best offer, so maybe you can make a deal. It's got a 318, so small block Chrysler V8, and it's a two-door hardtop. Now the paint is a little bit faded, but I like the stacked headlights. Gives you kind of Ford Galaxy type vibes. To your point about the 4 doors, 2 doors are seemingly a lot more rare or pricey these days. So this seems to be in a decent budget. Interior, some rips in the seats and whatnot, but the floors, at least in this shot, look to be pretty solid. And there's plenty of room if you wanted to go to a big block or anything else, or just the 318 is pretty easy to work on, decent enough power. I think you'd have an interesting little ride. So $2,000, got a lot of money left in the budget to address whatever might need addressing in terms of getting it running and going down the road. But yeah, I think you've got a pretty interesting, cool looking cruiser for what seems to be not a whole lot of money. What do you think? What would you do?
I agree. You could be rolling for a decent price. I don't think you're going to get the paint work done in your budget, but unless you're a paint guy. But you could probably clean up that interior with some different seats and stuff, and have a pretty cool ride running down the road.
Yeah, get yourself one of those Mexican blankets and some duct tape, maybe some shine juice, and
you're good.
you're having a good time. So yeah, I thought it was a nice pick. Looks like it's been resprayed obviously at one point, given the paint we're seeing here. So
I'm glad you didn't pick that Model T or whatever it is to the right of it in those pictures.
Yeah, that thing looks like it's on a weird frame.
It's seen better days. All right. So I guess I'm up next. I'm going full budget here, full $5,000. 1970 Manx style kit car, it says. Calling it the Manxes. Drasco, Arkansas, full $5,000, like I said. It sits on a Volkswagen chassis, has 1600cc Volkswagen motor. It's been converted over to an alternator from the old generator setup. It does come with new tires, seats. Does make a comment, the seats are a little high, so you have to do something to adjust them to a lower setting somehow. Runs and drives, but it does have a brake line leak. So, if you say it's all there. I guess you got to address the brake line and then over time deal with the paint because I guess they don't know if they want to be red or blue. Just need white in there and you can be Olympic Manx buggy. But, he's got a clean title in hand. Like I said, full part of the budget, but I did peg it because it looked complete, and I've always thought these are pretty neat rides. Dashboard looks complete. Not sure what it would take to lower those seats as he's talking about, but I guess you could tell after you say it. So, yeah.
Yeah, there's a shot there of they look decent in the earlier photos, but it looks like they are pretty high off the floor.
Yeah.
Probably some new brackets or something. You're good shape.
Yep. So, what do you think there, Dreamer?
Well, first off, I think you got to negotiate at least $100 lower so you can get your brake line fixed. But no, I agree with you. These are cool. These, when we were growing up, primarily in the 80s, these were around a lot more, and was always something that I looked to and was like, that'd be a fun ride. There is a video, I believe, too, in the listing. Obviously, all links will be in the show notes and comments. But there was a video of it running with a nice burst of smoke as it started up. So hopefully that doesn't mean you need rings or anything else other than let it warm up. But right. Cool pick. I like it.
All right. Looks like you're up.
I'm staying a little bit low on the budget with this next pick as well, and I'm calling this one the Cobra Kai for a minute, which you'll see here in a second. It's a '78 Chevy G20 that makes it a full-size van, East Hampton, Connecticut, $1,200 as I mentioned. So lots of budget left to work with. Says it needs transmission work. It's a turbo 350, and similar to my last pick, this one needs to be towed out of my sister's yard. So again, you can help somebody family drama reduction. So clearly it's being worked on. So hopefully he's got the front wheels to be able to get it towed out of there. And I like the safety last approach to getting it up on off the ground. So that's always a good sign. But now you can see why it's the Cobra Kai.
I see that.
Got some sweet custom artwork, custom paint job here. In case you need to see it in a little bit greater detail. I'm not sure if there's a mini dojo inside. To do some practice in, but fun nonetheless. And I think I have figured out what the transmission problem is just by looking at this photo. Can you spot it?
It's not in the vehicle.
Bingo. Step one: reinstall transmission. See if that'll work for you. And it looks like there's a pair, so you get choices maybe of what you're going to do. Yeah. So. A 350 trans shouldn't set you back more than $500. So I think you got a lot of budget left to work with. Clearly a little bit of rot you can see there in the background. Who knows what the rest of this thing is like, but the paint job alone is worth $1,200 in my opinion. So what do you think?
Well, I think you need to pick it up. Excuse me. Sawzall out the paint job. Hang that in your family room, and you'll have a very happy wife.
Maybe I'll put it in my office to go with my Mercury trunk lid desk and 1954 door that's just leaned up against the wall for no reason.
So yeah, it's hard to tell how much rot there truly is.
But,
body work doesn't come cheap, but it could be a good start for somebody.
Yeah. If you got to deliver pizzas, it could be a nice ride for you to do so.
There you go. All right. So
this is the part of the show where things get a little bit weird, I think.
Yeah, well, I picked this for you, actually. I know you like the exhaust setup I have on this. So it's a figure 8 race car. Belle Plaine, Kansas, $4,500. So I'm high on the budget again, like you mentioned. However, I do get some extra pieces. I got extra rims, tires, and an extra set of front shocks. Maybe I could sell off a few things if I don't need them. But it has a 4 9-inch rear, 583 gears, adjustable springs on the front and rear. The engine's a stock 350 with a stage 2 RV cam. It's got heads on it, 194 heads, but he doesn't know anything about them. The engine was rebuilt at the beginning of last season, has new crank, new cam, lifters, rings, and bearings. Also put in a new distributor. It's got your turbo 350 tranny that you need for your G-Wagon that you just showed. Motor runs, but it's getting tired. It has some carburation issues. The only thing it needs right now to race, he says, is a radiator. So, yeah, I'm high on the budget, but it does say asking $4,500. So maybe you can get it down a little bit. Plus, you can sell off the tires and rims if you don't need them. But anyway, let's see what we got.
Yeah, I've been waiting.
Show it.
We only got one shot of this.
All right. Well, I picked this for you. I know you like these exhausts and little flappers up there. So why not look at yourself, exhaust flapping? I don't even know where to go with this car. It just looks like somebody took like the fenders off my Series 2A Land Rover and slapped them on here and put like ramps across as a grill, loading ramps for a car or something, and called it a day. Chicken wire for your windshield, but you got your flapper stacks. So I'm sure it'll be loud to listen to race. And hey, I picked it for you.
You know, I appreciate that. I do like the zoomies with the little trucker flappers on there. You know what I think would be a lot of fun with this ride?
What's that?
Watching somebody else drive it.
Well, that's why I picked it for you. You're such the race car driver.
Yeah, I'm thinking. I don't think this is going to scratch our racing itch anytime soon. But clearly there's. I don't even know what figure eight. I assume I know what figure eight racing is, but it's a pseudo demolition derby. So, could be fun. Again, it'd be fun to go and watch and see this thing in action, but I would not be towing it home.
All right, well, that's good because it's not coming here either.
Yeah, rest assured, this one's not going to be in your driveway for a year.
All right, well, I still have one later in the show that we're still talking about, so we'll get to it.
That's true. That's true. I like that your all of your picks are geared towards what you think I might actually want to buy. I'm going to keep my theme of staying budget conscious rolling here and come in with a 2001 Chevy Camaro, Yellow Spring, West Virginia, $2,000. Should actually be $1,000. So my bad. But typo on the screen here. It says it runs and drives. It's T-tops, needs a T-top and some body work. So not too much more information about it, but you can see here, it looks like it does have a little front crunch action. Don't believe those are stock wheels, so something's been changed along the way. But it's a nice, cool, action shot there in the grass. Here it is, slightly different. It was not at all a straight photo, so did our best here to get it into something we can recognize. T-top is clearly missing. I was hoping it was just maybe leaking and then I could just West Virginia chrome it with some duct tape, seal that bad boy right up. But no chance of that. But hey, it doesn't even say if it's V6 or V8. It's probably a V6 car, which would make it, I think, like a 3.1, 3.4 liter, probably 3.4 this go around. But yeah, they're generally kind of fun, interesting little transportation. You're not into it for too much, and you can do whatever you want with it. You could motor swap it, you could autocross it as is, you could just drive the heck out of it. I don't think a T-top is going to really cost you all that much money. And there's always, you could just put a plastic bag over it. So, keep it real. What do you think?
Well, I'm thinking you don't need any of that stuff. You don't have to worry about fixing the body work. You just take it and race it against the figure 8 car, your little demo derby, and see what happens. You're in a little cheaper than I am with my race. And you don't have to worry about the T-tops.
That's true.
You still have money in your budget for a helmet.
And maybe even a roll cage at that point.
There you go. It looks like that back fender in the back there in that picture looks like it's been crumpled pretty good at one point.
Yeah, it does. Yeah.
Yeah. $1,000 could be a good starting point for somebody.
Yeah. I feel like this generation Camaro doesn't really get a whole lot of love. The previous generations, and then obviously the more recent ones did, but this 98, 2002-ish era just didn't get the love for some reason.
Yep.
So.
Yeah. They'll catch on, especially some of those the Z28s and stuff.
Yeah, the V8 cars, I think will. Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
All right, you got. I think you're keeping the weird going with the next one here.
So my next one, I am at full boat on the budget.
Again,
$5,000. I picked this kind of for. I'll call it for my brother. He's a Mopar guy. So I got an '84 Chrysler Woody LeBaron convertible. Lawrence, Kansas. Heck, he even lived in Kansas for a while when he went to grad school. $5,000. So, like I said, full budget. Antique car. It's been garage kept. It has the Mark Cross edition with the leather seats. Yeah, it does say it's hard to find. I believe he's probably right on that. Engine's in great condition. It does note in the photos, you'll note that there's a small tear in the convertible top, light rust on the bottom of the car, slight wear to the leather seats, and there's a small dent in the front grille. So maybe not perfect from the body standpoint, but how can you go wrong with a Woody like that? A little wind in your hair as you're watching the hubcaps fly off. Hey, you got a luggage rack to strap the wreckage to. So I don't know how you can go wrong with this.
No, and it's clearly the performance edition with the louvers in the hood.
Look at you in the background staring at it.
Somebody's got designs on this thing.
There you go. And Hooptie Joyride approved. So hard to go wrong with this version.
Yeah, I agree. They're pretty rare. I like the next generation LeBaron a little bit better because it has a sportier body to it, but underneath pretty much the same car. This definitely screams early 80s.
Yep.
But I could see you with your hard-sided briefcase, just cruising to the bank.
There you go. There you go.
Junior executive collector going to work.
Call me Mark Cross, whoever that was.
Yeah, that's cool. No, look, it's a fun ride. $5,000. You probably, I don't think you'd ever lose money on it if you kept it in decent shape.
Right.
Just given that, these didn't get a ton of love, I don't think, or respect when they first came out, but for the right person, it is probably should be in a collection somewhere.
Yeah, it's like a couple episodes ago, we had the Cadillac Alante. I think same type of deal, same type of era. You were getting out of the Woody panels at that point in time. My parents had one on a minivan, with the Woody wagon sides. Actually used it for my prom. So, yeah, they're different. So,
yeah. No, I remember my '83 Regal custom station wagon had the fake wood grain sides on it, so
Oh yeah, yep,
it was the thing at the time.
oh yeah. So
Cool, cool. What? All right, good pick. Even though you're clearly spending all your money. Uh,
I spent it all. Go big or go home. So I don't even have enough money for West Virginia Chrome to fix my ripped convertible top. So um,
Maybe the guy will throw in a roll of tape for you.
well, maybe I could just sell off the wiper blades since obviously it's a fair weather car and you don't like wiper
Yeah.
blades anyway.
Now you're coming over to my side.
There you go.
Uh,
All right, let's see what you got.
well, this my next ride does have wiper blades,
Okay.
I believe. I don't remember, to be honest. Um, but this one is a '76 Mercury Cougar coming out of Sarnia, Ontario. 3,000 Canadian, which at today's exchange rate is just a little over almost $2,200, 2,183 and change. Says it runs, drives, it's all original, has been driven either 100,000 kilometers or 100,000 miles. Both are listed in the listing description. So um, that's something to check out because clearly that would be a big difference. Um, it is a floor shift automatic and has the 351 Windsor. So, this era, it's going to be completely bogged down with all the smog equipment, but, it's at least there if you wanted to put a little effort into maybe hopping up the performance a little bit in those states that allow you to do such a thing, being our disclaimer. So, um, it's one of those things you don't see this body style really much at all. I couldn't tell you the last time I saw a Cougar of this era, so totally different. You know, to me, it still has just enough muscle car look to it to make it somewhat interesting. Needs a bit of a door replacement here, so who knows what the rest of the rust uh, looks like. But this is, I guess, the bit of bodywork that they were talking about. Um, and Clearly a race car with the round dash gauges and such. And the interior looks to be like it's in okay shape. A couple rips there in the driver's seat. There was a photo of the rear seat we didn't include. That looks immaculate. So you do have seating for five to cruise around in. But like I said, something really completely different. Um, and you wouldn't see this really anywhere else. And you could turn this into a sleeper, I think, pretty easily with just a few mods to that Windsor motor. So, what do you think?
Desmog it a bit and off you go. Yeah, it
Yep.
looks good. I guess big question mark is how much work's needed on that side, the body work out there.
Yep.
Doesn't look like it goes through, but if it does, it keep your toes cool. Air out your toes. But
Indeed.
yeah, like you said, you don't see many of them around. The little vinyl top. I actually like the dashboard. I had forgot about how the dash had the, I guess it's vinyl in between the gauges there. You don't
Hmm.
see too
Yeah.
many, you know, a fabric or not fabric, but like a vinyl there covering that looks plush.
Yeah.
So
It
I
did.
thought that
This
was
was
pretty cool. I did like that when I was looking at the photos.
yeah, nice touch of luxury for you here. So
Yeah. So yeah,
cool.
$2,200, you're in.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, for sure.
all right. So that brings me to my, I believe this is my final pick of the week. This one I know you're losing sleep over. I sent it to you the other day, and man, this morning you were still talking about it. So I'm waiting for the call that I have to pick up, go hook up the trailer, and off we go. But all right, here it is: a 1977 Triumph Spitfire 1500cc, Englishtown, New Jersey, $1,400. This has it's got a clean title, fully running. He just replaced the tires, a gas tank, battery, and the slave cylinder. It was purchased down south at a dealership, classic dealership, but it did sit afterwards. what it does need in order to get it going is it does need a clutch, he says. Let me see. It needs floorboards because they're rusty, and that's why he has the interior out of it. But he does have all the interior, and it seems to be in good shape. I love the wheels on it. I thought the green color is pretty cool when I sent it to you. I've always liked the Spitfire. I like how the front hood opens. I like how they're on a real chassis or frame under it, and not a unibody like the MG and some of the other cars of the era. Never owned one. Buddy of mine in college, he and I, there was a dealership out of school. They had one, and we went every Friday afternoon for a couple of weeks, it seemed like. And the dealership, I think, knew we weren't into it, but we were college kids, and he would hand us the keys and get gas money and off, go fill it up for him and bring it back before we close at 5. And we had a ball running around the country highways and that thing. But yeah, I think they're cool. So yeah, I'll let you show the rest of the pictures. You know, the body looks straight. The paint doesn't look too bad. So you got your West Virginia chrome on the back top. Like you said, it runs, it drives. It just needs a clutch. So I don't know what's wrong with that. Maybe they don't know, and it's just a slave cylinder problem. But they did say they replaced the slave cylinder, so I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it just needs to be bled out or something.
Right.
Throwout bearing probably, or a clutch fork or something. Who knows? But yes, you have fully tempted me into consideration. So I have a plea to our viewers: please buy this car. It's nice. It's clean. It doesn't need a whole lot. Obviously, the dash needs to be put back together a little bit. The interior needs to be put back in. Some license plates or actual floor panels, depending on your budget and skill. It's priced insanely low, in my opinion, for what it seems like you're getting. Obviously, you need to check that out, but you know, this should be at least a $4,000 ride all day long. So I don't know if somebody's just trying to get rid of it or just trying to bait me into actually buying the thing. But it's a great pick. It's a great pick. I would love to have it. I'm gonna try and stay strong. So somebody else, please buy it. I ask of you.
As I keep telling Dreamer, my schedule's booked, trailer's full, don't have time to help. So I'm trying to keep them away from it.
I like how you both enable and dissuade me from from both. Maybe that's just your sick sense of humor. You're like, let me dangle this in front of you and then tell you I can't help you pick it up.
What are friends for?
That's
Enemies
true.
like me who needs a friend, or however that saying goes. So,
Yeah,
anyway.
nice. All right. Well, let's move on before I actually change my mind. Coming to my last pick of the week, which is the Budget Buster. This one is a 1988 Volvo 740. It's a 4-door sedan, so coming back around full circle to the 4-door lifestyle. It's coming out of Klondike, Texas, and this is not a typo. It is $300. You know, there is not a lot of description. It's a Bertone, so that's Italian, a little bit of Italian styling. Says it's in pretty rough shape. Motor and transmission have been taken out, and the wheels are pending sale. So, you know, what seems to be a good deal is dwindling as I speak. But I've always thought these, you know, were pretty cool. It does also say the brakes are not the greatest, along with the interior. So for $300, I guess you're getting a shell of a Volvo. He will part it out. If you need parts, let him know. So get there before everything else is gone. He might take a trade, but is mostly looking for cash. I'm not sure where you've got $300 worth of trade materials, except for maybe a new set of rims to put back on the car. But you know, the paint clear coat is completely faded. You know, I said it was a 4-door. I was wrong. It's a coupe. It is like I said, I've always liked these. I know, the earlier, 240s and 740 body styles, you could actually pretty much swap in a 5.0 Ford motor pretty easily. I think the motor mount's almost lined up. And there's a few folks that have also LS swapped these as well. So that's probably the route I would go. Get yourself a decent running LS 5.3 truck block for, 1,000, $1,500. Figure out if you can get it in there and working somehow. Throw some cheap wheels and tires on it and see if you can't, burn the rubber off. That's what I would be doing. What do you think?
Yeah, I think that'd be a good choice for it, considering you're not getting a motor and training. $300 or best offer. So, it's plenty of budget. The one thing to note, it does not have a title. So you have to apply for lost title, he says. But, you go to Imports of Carlisle, huge following of Volvos out there. Ton of people with Volvos out there. So plenty of vendors or parts and crowd to help you along the way. But yeah, it's needs work, but $300, you got plenty of budget.
Yeah, I mean, if you live in the area, this is, and you've got, a few shekels, you could end up with something fairly cool, it being the Bertone. But you got to put a lot of work into it,
Right.
to get it there. So a little bit of a trade-off. So
Yep.
At any rate, that's what we've got for this week. You clearly have spent all of your money. So it'd be interesting to see what you come back with next week, but.
And I've tried to spend your money on a Triumph.
That is true. That is true. I'm going to be continually just hitting refresh on the Spitfire until it sells. But
I understand there's a price reduction coming soon, maybe.
Nice.
I'm
sure I'll hear all about it.
I got a friend that wants it. You got to drop it a little bit more. So.
Yeah. I like, I like my life. I'm not gonna tempt fate just yet on that one, but it is close. You've almost tipped the scales on that one. It's a good ride.
All right.
Anyway, we'll be back next week with another roundup of all the junk that we think is cool. Hopefully you do too. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you know when we're posting, which is typically weekly, although life gets in the way every once in a while, but we're trying to stay on schedule. Also, let us know if there's any rides you'd like to see us talk through or feature on the show. And have a great rest of the week.
All right. Take care, everybody.
Sounds good. Peace.
Bye.